race fans, and welcome once again to the NASCAR East Coast Racing League. It's season 4, round number 15 here at Phoenix International Raceway, coming to you live here on Rice Motorsports TV. I tell you that the season is just cranking right along, and we've got just a handful of races before we get to the playoffs, and folks are getting more excited every week as we get closer and closer. And of course, we hope you'll continue to join us each week and see how this season unfolds. Of course, we want to give a shout out to our race sponsor, Sonic Racing Chassis, and thank them for their support. Let's go ahead and take a look at the point standings. Well, let's look at the race info for the night before we get into that. And let's see. Good weather out there tonight. 76-degree temperature. Winds only 4 miles an hour, and they have running the 70% fuel, and they have the 4 sets of tires. That's the tires that they start. One set that they start with, and then 3 additional sets. Of course, they have chances for a green-white checker, and the stage break will be at lap 50 of 125 at this 1 mile track. It was funny because 1 mile, it's kind of sort of a short track. It doesn't feel like a short track, but it's sort of like short track racing. It's just the way that they have that dog leg in there and stuff, kind of gives it a little bit bigger feel. And but as always, thank you for joining us here at Rice Motorsports TV, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the league out, hitting that like button. And if you want to know when we go live, just click that notification bell. Now let's go ahead and move over to the points here. We can see where we're standing here so far. And Ross Phillips, he leads Mark Beverly. In third position there is Nathan Somerville with Nathan Cogdell in the 4th spot. 5th is Justin Rodden. Then we have Nicholas Lawrence in the 6th position. And then it looks like we have Keith Prince and Bill Hales. They're tied with 319 points. They're 8th and 9th. And I saw some other ties too. 10th is Jerry McCauley, Jesse Callaway 11th. And down there, I think it was Randy Sally and Hoss Beverly, 13th and 14th. Nick Gardner is 15th. Now Jeremy Talley, he's on the bubble right now for the playoffs. And like I said, we still have a few more races to go. And I'll just scroll down and see some big drivers. We still have a few more races to go. But, we're going to start keeping an eye on that bubble just a little bit more. So let's take a moment and hear from our sponsor. We'll be right back. Hey, you're watching the NASCAR East Coast Racing League here on Rice Motorsports TV. Okay, folks, we're back here, round number 15 at Phoenix International Raceway on Rice Motorsports TV. Let's head down on the track here, and let's see. There's Nick Gardner, and let's see what kind of lap times he's putting down. He's currently 5th quickest there with a 27.164. That's Bill Hale right there in front of him. He's 7th. 27.227. Nicholas Lawrence, he's 3rd on the charts there with 27.139. There goes the 7 machine there, Brett Summers. He's 10th quickest at this point, 27.305. Let's see who else is out there. There's Randy Sally. Currently 27,372. Looks like about 14 trucks in the server at the moment. And there's the 16 to Nick Gardner. Currently, did we already? I think I might have jumped on Nick already. Yeah, those are all the guys that are on track at the moment. And looks like we've got about good 2.5 minutes to go before we get to qualifying. So we'll take a quick break here and get ready to come back for that. And so we'll be right back. Hey, you're watching the NASCAR East Coast Racing League Season 4, Round 15 at Phoenix International Raceway here on Rice Motorsports TV.
We are back at North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, where the field is rolling out for the start of today's 400-lap race on this .625-mile racetrack. And just as the field comes all around turn number 4, the sunshine peeks through, helping warm things here. Bill Elliott leads him down. Benny Parsons on the outside. The green flag flies, and the first Union 400 Winston Cup race from North Wilkesboro is underway. Everybody nicely through turns number 1 and 2 as Bill Elliott has the lead, and Dale Earnhardt has jumped into second position, followed by Benny Parsons and Bobby Allison. Oh, here we go. It's just about to go away. They bump coming out of turn 4. Earnhardt gets the lead. We had just heard from our spotters that Neil Bonnet. Is on his last lap. This will be his 24th career win. Dale Earnhardt wins the first Union 400 at North Wilkesboro.
Okay, folks, we're back, and it is time to go qualifying here at Phoenix. And we're waiting here to see if some trucks will come out on track here. I see some folks out there. There's Brett Summers. We'll see kind of lap times he gets here. Hey, coming around. I'm not sure if he might have already crossed the stripe. Let's see if he gets a time this time when he crosses the line. And it may actually be part of his first hot lap. See what happens. And that was the first good time there. Put him on provisional pole. 27.441. And boy, he didn't stay there long. Nick Gardner just bumped him with the 27.107. to put him on a provisional pole. Nathan Cogdell at the moment in that third spot, but trying to see if he can. Oh, and it gets away from him just a little bit. That's cost him some time. And did he improve his time? Yes, he still improved his time, 27.542, but he didn't improve his position. Actually lost a spot there. Now down to the fourth position. Nicholas Lawrence bumped him there to that third position. There's Jeremy Talley, currently third quickest. .27.275 is the time that he's trying to do. And he is third quickest there. Let's see who else is out there. There's Randy Sally. Sitting on a 27.6 flat, and he just improved at the 27.558, but he's still in his seventh position there. Well, that's a cool Viking helmet he got there. Minnesota Vikings. And I think a lot of, let's see, there's Justin Locke, he's out there, and no time yet for Justin. Let's see if he's gonna dethrone Nick Gardner, who's sitting on provisional pole at the moment. I don't know why that timing tower is kind of like frozen or something. And let's see, 27.287 to puts him in 4. This track is relatively flat. There's just a tiny bit of banking. I don't know what the degrees are, but it's not much at all. And he's pushing out to the wall there, and I think he might have touched the wall. I'm not even sure if he got he didn't touch the wall, but he definitely ran a slower lap. That's for sure. And it looks like a lot of the guys are almost done here. So we don't really see too many more folks out on track. I see Scott Black there. See if he's got a lap time here yet. He's 11th quickest at the moment, 28.111. And let's see if he was able to complete that or improve on that. Time doesn't look like he was able to improve. Of course, that iRacing qualifying, it can be it be very strict. If you go off the track, or if you touch the wall, then it won't even count the lap. And they have a way that they can improve that, like improve the set the strictness of qualifying. I don't know if that has something to do with that or not, or because it has always traditionally been that way. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. Now Scott, they may have had it set up so they only have like 2 hot laps, but he may just be turning some laps getting out here and just practice. A little bit of extra lap time, as long as he doesn't come into the pits. You can turn your qualifying laps and actually stay out on track and just turn some laps. So he's not wasting the opportunity. I don't think, let's see, there's Mark Beverly, currently 12th quickest. Is that I wonder if that's a new look there for Mark Beverly? I don't think I ever remember seeing that paint scheme there. Jurassic Park theme. Currently 12th quickest. Let's see if he was able to pick his time up there. And don't see a change in time. Now he might have, like, same deal here. He might have already put down his fastest times, and he's just out there turning some. Usually, it's I believe it's a 10-minute session, so they're going out there. They did their qualifying laps, so now they're just turning some laps, just to get one last final You know, it can serve a double purpose here. You're qualifying, but just make sure you're happy with the few settings that you can change, and because the track conditions they do change from session to session, and this is unless they have them set the change drastically, or they just steadily just carry over from session to session. Try to get that last read on the track before the race starts, just see how the truck feels there. And I believe he might be the only one on track here at the moment. Scott Black might be still out on track, but now it looks like Mark is coming in as well. So he's making his way on in there, and we're going to go ahead and take a moment and pause for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, folks, we are back here for the NASCAR East Coast Racing League Season 4, round number 15 at Phoenix International Raceway. Coming to you live here on Rice Motorsports TV. And the qualifying session is just about wrapping up here. And we should be getting, I think, there it is. It's just rolling over now. So we'll get a chance to, trucks are now starting to make their way out onto the track here. Guys entering pit road. And as they make their way out there, let's go ahead and take a look at that starting grid. And on the pole, we've got Nick Gardner, and next to him it will be Ross Phillips. And we have Jeremy Talley starting in the third position, with Justin Rodden fourth, Brett Summers in the fifth spot. Sixth is Nicholas Lawrence. Seventh is Haas Beverly. Nate Cogdell is in the eighth position. Randy Sally ninth. Jesse Calloway rounds out your top 10. Then we have Scott Black in the 11th position. Mark Beverly 12th. 13th is Bill Hales. Bill and John didn't post a time here. Bill Hales starting 13th, and John Scalino starting 14th, and Roger Strickland starting shotgun on the field in the 15th position. And looks like just about everybody. I think we're waiting for one guy to get out on track there. And Gardner ready to get things going here tonight. And hopefully, I think we were waiting on John on 33, John Scalino. Hopefully he might be making some last minute adjustments. Hopefully he doesn't miss the start. And you hate to see that, but they do have that 2-minute count. I think it's 2 minutes or 3 minutes. It's one or the other. Countdown timer there, and you can go in the garage, and they run the fixed setup. So they do have some 2 or 3 little changes that they can make to the setup. There we go, everybody. And well, John Scalino's not showing like, I don't know, maybe I'm wondering like maybe working race control or something. I don't see anybody in race control channel, but if John Scalino is racing, he unfortunately is going to start from pit road. Now he could be serving a penalty. You never know. Sometimes each league is different, and maybe something they have to do for a penalty. We don't want to just assume that. But pace car, he didn't take long getting onto pit road. He's down there already. It's so funny because remember how this used to be the front stretch here. So basically, he had to enter the pits like on the backside of the track, and they're making their way down now what used to be turn 1. It's weird. It always throws me off. Got a green flag, and we are racing here at Phoenix. Gardner, he is off and running. Jeremy Talley, Brett Summers. Look at Brett Summers down on the inside trying to get past the number 2. Oh boy, Talley, he's not giving up without a fight there. If they race down the backstretch, Jeremy Talley's at the moment holding on. Looks like he's going to go ahead and secure that second position from Brett Summers. The rest of the field got away cleanly here. There's Randy Sally going down into the dog lane there. He's battling with number 0, Nathan Coggle. There's Mark Beverly back there. That new look down in the red number 13 truck there. Nice battle there with Jesse Calloway. Now Gardner up the front. He's got almost a second on Brett Summers already. Summers did get past the number 2. And he's falling back quickly, over a second. Jeremy Talley in that 3rd spot with Justin Rod in the 4th position, followed by Nicholas Lawrence. And Haas Beverly running in the 6th position. And Randy Sally behind him, 7th, Nathan Cogdell. He's still regularly started. Mark Beverly, he went on one of the moves so far. He's got 3 positions already. Boy, there's some tight racing up here. Mark Beverly right in the thick of it and now battling with Randy Sally for that 8th position. Oh, and he squeezes down on the inside. Looks like he's going to get it. And that's kind of Mark's thing there. He likes to start from the back and he works his way to the front, I guess, so he can see everything that's going on and, maybe see how things are going to unfold at the start of the race and kind of see who's where and how everybody's racing. And kind of just work his way methodically through the field. Currently in that 8th position, working on Nathan Cogdell there. Like I said, I do believe they're racing to lap 50 in Spain today. And there's his dead hospital, 22 truck. And a lot of traffic there at the moment. Nathan Cogdell, he's leading that group. You know how it is, the closer you get to the front, it gets progressively harder to get past people when you start getting higher up the order. Boy, and they're still battling behind them as well. lot of traffic there. Randy Sally, nice battle there with the 22. Nick Gardner kind of checked out, 1.8 seconds between him and Brett Summers. Also has a very nice gap. Good 1.5 seconds with him and Justin Rod. Rod pretty much leading the rest of the field as he can at least see Summers. He can't even see your leader, Nick Gardner, here on lap number 8. Now you can see him as he comes onto that back stretch. And the gap was about 1.5 seconds. Now it's down to 1.3 seconds between him and Summers. Oh, he's just patiently just working his way along here. Nicholas Long's also kind of just cruising along there behind him, followed by Talley. Talley fell back just a little bit from the start of the race. And there's Nathan Cogdell. Got Mark Beverly, Ross Phillips in tow. And Jesse Callaway as well, the 9th, but he's a little bit further back. And I think Ross Beverly just moved up to 10th position. I saw Bill Hales. Oh boy, he made some contact with the wall there. He's continuing to, he's down on pit road. And he just stopped. Ooh, okay. So Bill Hales, he doesn't have any a lot of damage that I can see. So, and it looked like he just jumped to the pits. So I'm not sure exactly what happened to Bill there. I'm trying to get let's get on somebody else here. So it's showing both Bill Hales and John Sciolino showing them retired. Like I said, that John may be doing something else. He never actually showed it in racing. He did very well. He could be working race control, even though he's not in the voice channel. Look at Nathan Cogdell in that 5th position, getting by the number 2 of Jeremy Talley. Cogdell definitely on the move. And the guys up the front, they're pretty well spaced out. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and 4th. 5th place, Nathan Cogdell, he is 5th. So that's where he is. You can see the 3 in front of him. Nicholas Lawrence, Justin Rodman, and Brett Summers. And then your leader's like way down at the other end there, Nick Gardner. And his overall gap to the leader is 5.2 seconds. And if you look at it on the time and tower, you can see that it is just gradually coming down. So he's just he's pacing himself here. And don't forget, folks, that we've got live timing and scoring, a link to that in the description of the video. So you can always click on that and keep an eye on your favorite driver. Cogdell continues to work in a little bit closer to Lawrence there, 3/4 of a second, making 8/10 at the moment. It's all about being very methodical here. And just once you get it, it's kind of good though. Once you get into a rhythm, it makes your job task a lot easier. Now these guys back here, they're still battling. There's Jeremy Talley trying to hold on to that 7th spot. Ross Phillips, he's taking a look on the outside a little bit. Who knows? They may be trying to keep these tires alive too. You definitely want to, a flat track. You don't have the banking to help you keep, in those turns. So you definitely need more tire. It looks like the number 9 there, Jesse Callaway, he's moving in pretty close there to the 5 there, Ross Phillips. Might be thinking about making a move himself here in the next couple of laps. See what happens. this is some of the closest battling on the track here at this moment. Top 5 or top 4, I should say, definitely spread out. Looks like Cogdell, he's getting pretty close to Nicholas Lawrence. You can see him right up there up ahead of these guys. He's not quite there yet, but Jesse Calloway, he's definitely drawing a beat in on the number 5 here, Ross Phillips, at the moment. Phillips is pointing. There's Jeremy Talley on the high side. Now maybe he just doesn't like this track. I don't know. He's going in the wrong direction. I know he doesn't want to be back to the 9th position, but there he is. Unless he's just thinking about tire preservation. You never know, but I mean, the truck seems to be running okay. Sometimes you get in a situation where you're just not getting the performance that you're looking for, then, you know, you might switch to that plan B, like, okay, let's think play the long game here, and let's just take care of these tires and just try to hang on. Hopefully he does not lose too much in contact with the main body of the racers here. You know, it's not like Talladega or anything like that when you get out of the draft and then just a sitting duck. But still, currently in that 9th spot, you can see on the track map, he's right at the tail end of the main group of trucks. And Nick Gardner, he's all the way at the other end. Did I see some scrapes on the right side of that truck? And maybe I did, yeah. But I guess somewhere near the start there, yeah, he's got a few little scrapes on the side there. So he got into something or someone earlier on in the race. We're on lap 22 now, but Nick Gardner's definitely he's just soldiering along here. 1.3 seconds now ahead of Brett Summers. They both are doing actually rather well. Brett, he's keeping a nice gap. It's still like 2.5 seconds between Justin Lott. He's running out in that 3rd position. So they both are really pacing themselves well here. And Summers isn't exactly falling behind. It's 1.3 seconds. It was a little bit higher than that, but now it's kind of hovering around 1.3, 1.4. And hopefully he can maintain Nick Gardner's pace. Don't lose sight of number 16. He knows he's right there. If you push too long at the beginning of a stint, that can also come back to haunt you in the end as well. You definitely don't want that to happen. Lawrence, he's being challenged by Nathan Cogdell. Looks like Cogdell's going to get him. And Cogdell moves into the 4th position. So Nicholas Lawrence back to the 5th spot. And Nathan Cogdell, let's see, he is currently running I didn't mean to switch drivers there. Let's go back to Nathan here. I was going to check his gap. Nathan Cogdell using that 4th position. Now he's 4.5, around 4.6 seconds behind your leader. And the gap isn't exactly coming down. But I think right now he's just content to race to that stage break. We're on lap 26. We're just over halfway there at the moment. So we'll see how they continue to go. Nick Gardner, everything's going pretty good for Nick there in that lead. The gap is still around 1.3 seconds. I think it gotten up to 1.5, maybe a little more. But right now it seems like it's kind of just balancing out now. You know, putting laps on these tires, and these tires are starting to get into the lifespan of this set of tires here. And it's always interesting to see, the different drivers and the driving styles. Now, Brett Summers, there he is. It was as high. We saw it around 1.5. Now it's 1.7, and he's slowly working his way in towards the 16. He doesn't seem to be like it doesn't seem like he's pushing too hard. He's just keeping like a nice steady turn here, going into the turns. He's not rushing anything, and sometimes when you start getting a little closer, you almost get that urge to just go and attack. But that self-discipline and just keep your rhythm going and keep that pace going. And if you have a good rhythm and a good pace, sometimes even without having to try to run a guy down, you'll eventually catch him if he's pushing a little harder than he should. End up just running his tires off, And sometimes you just got to play that long game. Boy, they still have 20 laps to go. So there's still an opportunity here to possibly get the lead position before the stage break. I'm guessing maybe they get like some bonus points or something for having the stage break in there. And that gap, wow, it looks, it's funny. It looks like it's getting closer, but it's actually still 1.3 seconds. Nathan Coggle, he's a bit further back there, still in that fourth position. He's 1.8 seconds behind Justin Rod. He's just been motoring along there in that third spot. And he has no pressure from behind at all. You can see the gap there between him and Nathan Coggle. Lap 32. So, yeah, he's doing pretty good, holding on to that third position. Now the field is really starting to spread out now. It was a bit more of a gap from the top three back to fourth place and fifth place, Nathan Cogdell, and then fifth is Nicholas Lawrence, and then in sixth position that battle starting to heat up here a little bit. Mark Beverly in that sixth position with Ross Phillips. Drawing a little bit closer there to the 13. Now whether or not Phillips is actually going to try to pass him, that remains to be seen. Because it seems to me that everybody is being very careful with their tires. That's kind of the sense that I'm getting. You don't see a whole lot of battles. You don't see folks really going up there and charging for a pass there. Now, he's working in a little closer here. Now, he might just have the overall pace that he decided to take here at this point in the race. He might be, have a little bit of an advantage over the 13 at the moment. But it doesn't seem like he's in all that big of a rush trying to get past him. It's like taking your time. If you're going to make a pass, just try to make it nice and clean and don't put any extra stress on those tires. Because if you end up pushing them too much, boy, they can let you go in a heartbeat. He's getting pretty darn close now. A couple of tenths of a second now from the 13. There's Jesse Callaway in that ninth spot. Jeremy Talley, he's still in. There's Jesse Callaway in the eighth position, and Jeremy Talley in that ninth spot. But he's still in the top 10. Hoss Beverly rounds out the top 10, and he's 2 seconds ahead of Randy Sally. But he's like 2.4 seconds behind Jeremy Talley. It's funny, the laps are clicking off rather quickly here, and yet it still seems like it's taking a minute to get to lap 50. We're on lap 38. And this is one of them races where it's kind of just me, myself, and I. You have to stay out there. You have to stay focused. And some guys may like that. Some guys may like having some traffic to work with. There's Cogdell in the 4th spot. He's moved up 4 positions since he started. Still a good little ways behind Justin Rodden, almost a full second. Brett Summers, that gap has actually grown back up to 1.5 seconds. Nick Gardner, now we have to turn back to the over stage break. And Nick Gardner definitely has full command of this race at the moment, and I don't see, it seems like he's really doing well to take care of his tires. But he should be able to possibly get to the stage break. You can see Summers and Rodden right there behind him. Justin Rodden, his gap is about 3/4 of a second. Visually looking at that, it looks like he's getting a little closer. It looks like he's drawing into the number 7 just a little bit more. And I'm pretty sure everybody's going to come in for a fresh set of good wheels. When they hit lap 50. That'll be over a third of the race done anyway, and they'll have 3 extra sets. And let's see, yeah, Hales and Sciolino are still showing retired. So we have 13 trucks on track at the moment. Let's go further back in the field. There's Ross Phillips. You know, he had been riding along there behind Mark Beverly. And now he decided, you know what, let's just, and Beverly gets hard into the wall, and he just like that, he just went right out and lost it. Oh, no. And that is going to trigger the caution. Where did that come from? They didn't touch that I saw. They just, the 5 went past him, and it's like, I don't know what happened there. It just got away from him. And I'm trying to, that happens so quick, it's not even registering. But what we're going to do is we're just going to jump back a lap. Let's go back another lap, see if we can see what happened. Let's see, they're coming through the dog leg there, and you can see talent. Did they actually make any contact? I don't think so. I don't see anything there. They're riding on board with Beverly, and let's go to the far chase here. Now you can see plenty of gaps. Everybody's coming down pit road. And they're just racing along here. We're at normal speed here. Beverly, his angle when he came off the corner, it just wasn't right. And he just basically just drove up into the wall. So yeah, that's pretty much, that was it in a nutshell there. And you don't usually see Mark Beverly, have a misjudgment like that, but it just didn't. His angle was just wrong coming off the corner. And, man, they have that one faster pair. And let's see if he uses it. Oh, he overshot just a little bit. And, yeah, he went ahead and burned the faster pair. Tires and fuel for Beverly. Left side's now going on. And he's down and away. Let's make sure we're live here. Yep, we're live. All right. And he's on his way off of pit road, and he's still in the top 10 though. The leader, Nick Gardner. Everybody came in for tires and fuel. So that puts Gardner, he's still at the top there. Brett Summers, Justin Rodden, and company. There's Nathan Cogdell, fourth spot. Lawrence fifth. Then number 5 there, Ross Phillips. The field is all bunched up again. So we'll see Haas Beverly down on pit road. I think he's just leaving pit road. There he goes. Next time around, he should be getting the one to go. So we'll take a quick break as they get ready to go back to the green. Hey, you're watching the NASCAR East Coast Racing League. It's season 4, round 15 at Phoenix International Raceway on Rice Motorsports TV. Okay, folks, we're back. Lights are out on the pace car. In fact, pace car is already on pit road. They're making their way down, now considered the backstretch. Nick Gardner. And boy, he's got Brett Summers, Nathan, Justin Rodden, Nathan Cogdell, the whole gang right behind him, getting ready for this restart.
Green flag, green
got
flag.
a green flag, and we are restarted once again. Now, I thought they were doing unless I was mistaken, I thought they were doing a stage break at lap 50. So let's see what happens here. We're on lap 49, where it's a free-for-all behind Gardner. There's Summers in a very fierce battle there with the 01. Oh, boy. Nathan Cogdell, he gets by Rodden himself, or at least he's trying to. Rodden's not giving up all that easily. Oh, and Rodden gets sideways. And he's able to save it. Boy, he didn't hit anything. He was able to continue. Man, what a heck of a save that was. Everybody backed off there a little bit. But that's got
The yellow flag is out.
And now we actually are at the stage break, lap 50. Everybody decided, you know what, I'm just going to come on in now and get those tires and fuel. And I almost wouldn't imagine anybody would even go into pit. They literally just came in unless somebody's going to try to play the fuel mileage thing, it looks like they haven't making a lot of a long green flag run here. Let me see. Let's see if I can find where's the mouse is acting weird. There, a couple of folks are coming in. There's Jeremy Talley making his way in. Haas Beverly coming in. Scott Black making his way in. Remember, Scott Black, he is the number 8. And Lawrence is 18, although his truck says 8. So, and just those 3 are coming in. Let's see. So we'll get everybody else gathered up again and take another whack at this. Now, Brett Summers is showing in the lead. Did he pass? We'll go back here and look and see. Did Brett Summers, he actually passed Nick Gardner at some point there. And when we were back there looking at what was happening there with Mark Beverly, Brett Summers actually got that pass done. I'm trying to go back and see if I can find that. Just thought I saw it here somewhere, and it wasn't long after they started. Here we go, right here. Let's run it back to here, and you see Summers. He's coming, trying to get closer to the 16 there. and he basically just drove right under him. Now I'm wondering, okay, this is at the caution. Okay, that's interesting. Now the because I thought when the caution comes out, it freezes the field, and the question is, were the lights already yellow before Summers had passed Gardner? And apparently they were, I guess. He's showing in the lead there. Randy Sally making his way back out on the racetrack here. So Brett Summers, he's currently your leader. Here on lap 53, where this is actually the stage break here. We'll probably be getting the one to go next time around. Let's see if we can grab him real quick here. Move him up here to the booth with us. Hey Brett, Tony in the booth, you got a copy? Pretty good, man. Hey, did you just snatch that lead right before that caution came out?
Right before that caution, I might have beat Nick to the line there to get at lap 50, so I think they gave it to me, but he got loose out of 2 and basically put it in the bread basket for me, so I appreciate that.
Okay. Yeah, 10-4, man. Is this like a tire conservation kind of deal going on here, or is it more of a fuel thing? It seems like everybody's real patient out there tonight.
Trying to be patient. We get about 50 lap stints here on the current tanks of gas, so anything we can do to conserve the right front, at least that's my strategy. So hopefully the run pans out here, but we're about to go green.
10-4, I'm going to put you back down the dialed in there, buddy. So good luck. We'll talk to you later.
Appreciate you, Tony.
And oh, get my mouse going here. Crap. There we go. Okay, got him back down there. And he should be yeah, there he is. And it always throws me off when I see the pace car here goes in on that.
Green.
And we got a green flag. Now it's Brett Summers in the lead. Boy, here comes Nathan Condell. And, man, I tell you, you know he's going to be going for it. Oh, boy. They're going to be fighting now. Look at these guys. They're kind of, you said Brett was saying they can go about 50 laps here. So let's see here. It's lap 55. All these guys in the top, that's like top 6. They did it on lap 45, but then the folks behind, a few folks behind them.
The yellow flag is out.
Oh, we got a caution here. Let's see. Caution is out. And who is it out for? Oh, Nicholas Lawrence. And looks like he might have had a spin. The car doesn't, well, the truck doesn't look that bad at all, really. I don't even see any damage on it. Looks like he might have had a spin. How about let's check Randy Sally? His truck's looking pretty good as well. I see 3 people that are being indicated as involved. So I'm not sure what happened there. Let's jump on board with Nicholas here, and we'll see if we can catch what was going on here. We'll roll it slowly here. That's Nicholas Lawrence in the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup machine. And now who knows, somebody might have, somebody blinking up there on the left-hand side. I saw somebody's truck blink right on out there. There's Nicholas Lawrence. Randy Sally is right there on his inside, the 69 truck. And Roger Strickland is he's the number 1 machine. Oh, and they just, they had a little, it looks like Lawrence came down just a little too far, got into the 69, so that got him going. Got the 69 going as well. Scott Black, he got lucky there. Oh, Roger Strickland, not as lucky. Sally, he's just along for the ride. He collects the number 1. Tough break there for Roger Strickland, and but that that's how it goes sometimes. So here we are, caution in lap. It's only the 3rd caution of the evening. Here on lap 57. Brett was saying they can go about 50 laps. I'm thinking he was talking about fuel. So. And I'm going to look and see here how many, let's look at the stint lengths that we've seen so far. we've seen everybody went 45 laps, but I think that was for that caution right before the stage break. So that's not really tell us give us an accurate read on how far they could actually go. They should be getting ready to get the one to go this time around. We'll take another quick break, and we'll be back with a restart on the NASCAR East Coast Racing League here on the Rice Motorsports TV.
We are back at North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, where the field is rolling out for the start of today's 400-lap race on this .625-mile racetrack. And just as the field comes around turn number 4, the sunshine peeks through, helping warm things here. Bill Elliott leads him down. Benny Parsons on the outside. The green flag flies, and the first Union 400 Winston Cup race from North Wilkesboro is underway. Everybody nicely through turns number 1 and 2 as Bill Elliott has the lead, and Dale Earnhardt has jumped into second position, followed by Benny Parsons and Bobby Allison. Oh, here we go. It's just about to go away. They bump coming out of turn 4. Earnhardt gets the lead. We had just heard from our spotters that Neil Martin. Dale Earnhardt is on his last lap. This will be his 24th career win. Dale Earnhardt wins the first Union 400 at North Wilkesboro.
Okay, folks, we are back under green. Brent Summers, he has retained the lead on that restart. He got away cleanly there. Managed to put a little daylight between him and the double zero there. Nathan Cogdell, Justin Lodge. Boy, he's having a nice battle with Jesse Calloway there. Calloway on that high side, trying to figure out what he can do with that 01 machine there. Nick Gardner right behind him. Oh, here comes 13 of Mark Beverly. And Jeremy Talia now in that seventh position. Cogdell, he's still in that second spot now. It looks like Justin Lodge may have plans for trying to get that position back. But like I was saying, we were talking to him, everybody's just trying to be patient here. You know, it's kind of I keep going back to the banking, being as you have a track here with so little banking, so little help to keep your tires aligned. You really have to find balancing act there, and you really have to decide when the appropriate time to push and when it's just better in the long run just to keep on cruising along. Nice string of trucks there. The gap is actually 1.4 seconds. Summers is now out ahead of the pack. It looks like it's starting to go just a little bit. 1.2, 1.3. But while he's stretching it out, now Cogdell, he's trying to stretch out a little bit of a gap between him. Nick Gardner now moves back into that third position. He gets past Justin Lodge. I tell you, Mark Beverly, he is on the way too, folks. Now up to the 5th position. He's gained 7 spots since the start of the race. So they really just, you know, like I said, we're just gonna just keep on cruising along here and just keep having a good pace here. As long as the pace is good, you know, everything's good there. start lap on lap 67 now. A little bit further back, there's Ross Phillips. He got that 7th position from Jeremy Talley. Talley trying to fight back and get it here. It's a battle for 7th position. Phillips now back to the 8th spot. Right behind him is Nicholas Lawrence, a bit of a gap there. We have Haas Beverly still he's trying to hold on to that top 10 position. Oh, and he's blinking a little bit. He's got Scott Black right behind him. And the number 1 there, Roger Strickland. It's amazing when you see the different line they take, how some folks just don't even bother with going down into the dog leg there, and sometimes it works, and sometimes, you know, just staying running that higher line, it just works better for that driver. Scott had to get out of it there just a little bit, almost about to get into the wall. And let's see. That was the number 1, Roger Strickland, just kind of slid right up there in front of them. Oh boy. He managed to stay ahead of the number 8 there. Let's look a little further up the corner. There's Jesse Callaway. The gap in the front right away is 1.6 seconds from Summers back to the bottom. But no change there. Jesse Callaway losing a little bit of ground there to the 13 Mark Beverly. He's gotten up to that 5th position. He's about a half a second behind Justin Rogers. You know, Justin, he's doing good. He's gotten right there behind 16 Nick Markers. He's trying to just keep on holding on to what he's got there at this point, running inside the top 5. Now lap 72 of 125. So we're still over 50 laps, so they're going to have to stop at least one time here. And like I said, it could very well be a green flag pit stop. They pitted on lap 45. So somewhere right about getting close to that 100, maybe a few laps before that, I would imagine. If everybody's going to really take it to 50 laps, you know, just because they can do 50 laps, they might want to go that far. You know, it also depends on how their tires are doing as well. So far, Brett Summer, he's keeping things going there. Gap 1.3 seconds. Continues to fluctuate just a little bit. But these guys, everybody here in the top 4 and 5, they're down a nice. They're just kind of playing a high-speed game of chess here. Everybody just kind of cruising along, no problems. And, you know, like I said, now we've got we have 13 trucks on track. And when you have these smaller fields, boy, you might as well, you can almost expect to have some really long green flag runs, which can be mentally tough on anybody. And you just have to just keep at it. As long as getting a little closer there to the number 2, Jeremy Talley. Let's see if he tries to make a pass here, and Talley tries to pull a little bit further ahead. Haas Beverly is right behind him. I saw him losing a lot of ground. His gap is really going up there. He's in the 10th spot. Trying to hold on to it. Roger Strickland right behind him. But Strickland isn't he's close enough there. He's only maybe two to 3 tenths behind Beverly, but not quite close enough really to pounce on the 22. And meanwhile, up in front here, Nathan Cogburn got that gap just under a second, like 8/10 of a second. So he's working in a little bit on Brett Summers. And you never know. He might, in fact, all of them might be just trying to, and they probably know that they're just trying to save as much as they can with those tires. They don't want to show their hand yet. Instead of chess, this is almost like a high-speed game of poker here or something. Because nobody's trying to show that hand just yet, and keeping their cards close to the vest. He is just staying close enough just to have Summers kind of looking in that rearview mirror every now and then, like, yep, I'm right here. And that's the thing too, when you're racing a guy and you're starting to get to the point where you're filling his mirrors. Actually, Gardner, he's about to get his mirrors filled by Justin Rodman. He's moving in. He's only like maybe 3 truck lanes, I think, behind the 16 as well. So Justin Rodman also trying to move in and put a little pressure on the 14, on the 16. Oh, and he tagged the wall there a little bit. And we see guys coming off of, what would that be? Turn 2. They got my turn ever since they reconfigured the track. I'm always have to remind myself which turn is what. But see guys coming off the turn onto like come up turn 2 onto the long straight. And they really got to be careful not to run that thing right up into the wall. We saw Rod chance to scrape the outside of the wall there. And he might have got away with it that time. He didn't. It doesn't look like he got any damage on the truck there at all. He dodged a bullet there. There's Mark Beverly in that 5th position, and he's his times aren't. He's not losing a whole lot of position. At some points in the lap, he'll lose a little bit, but then he'll gain it back later on in the lap. So things are just relatively staying the same. And Summers still out in front. That gap is still, now it's really starting to come down. It's now right around 7/10 of a second. And old David Cogdo is getting just a little bit closer. Cogdo's gotten away from Gardner just a bit. Well, Gardner, he's back there. He's got a little bit of breathing room himself between him and Justin Rodney as well. So Rodney was putting on the pressure there a little bit. But Nick Gardner now has started to turn up the wick just a little bit here. He's got just under a second there to Nathan Cogburn. And that gap is around 7/10 of a second here at this point in the race. We're on lap 86. And now, boy, I tell you, these laps are going by, susceptibly quick here. Look up and all of a sudden, you look up all of a sudden, we're going to be 100 laps into this thing. So we're starting to get a little closer to a fuel window here. And I'm wondering how these tires are feeling also. Everybody's being real smooth, trying to keep those tires alive. This could be and I think the leader's coming in. Yep. Brett Summers, green flag pit stop here on lap 87. And obviously that'll give him he'll be able to go to the end on this stop here. So barring any kind of like cautions or anything like this, that should he stopped soon enough that it'll guarantee him that everybody else is going to have to stop. You know, there's no way anybody can make it to the end right now. So you just have a nice clean stop here. It hits his marks. Tires are going on. The right side's going on there. Now the left side's. And let's see what kind of time he gets here. Down to the way, 14.4 seconds. Stop there for Summers. He is down and away. And he comes out at the moment. He's in that 13th position. They get, let's see, yeah, he's still 13. And as the lead lap cars comes around, he only lost one lap on that exchange there. So let's see. Now we see, I think Mark Beverly makes his way down. 14.4 was the best pit stop time. Yeah, that's like a tongue. Say that like 5 times. Pit stop time. And he hits his marks good there that time. Let's see if he beats 14.4. Jesse Callaway, Justin Lawton also coming down pit road. Green flag pit stops underway. 14.7. 300ths of a second slower there. Justin Lawton still making his way around, and Callaway is right behind him. And now Nick Gardner, now he takes the lead as Nathan Cogdell comes down pit road. So now Gardner is your leader about how much longer is he going to stay out there. So we're definitely, and I think he stayed out that time. He also did it on lap 45. And we're at lap 92, so he definitely got to be in his fuel window. Ross Phillips is also out there, but he pitted on lap 53. The guy stayed out the longest, Nicholas Lawrence, he pitted on lap 58. So I can see him conceivably taking it much further towards the end of the race, but ultimately he would still have to pit. And of course, these guys will stay a little later. Of course, they're hoping for a caution that will trap some of these guys a lap down. We got several a lap down. Summers, Collins, Gardner, Beverly, Callaway. Gardner still has yet to pit. Sally and Beverly on their way out. Hospital, that is. Jeremy Talley's just coming into pit road. And then Gardner's staying out with lap 94 now.
Caution.
And, oh my goodness, a caution. Oh boy. And was that Nate, as I'm showing Nate Condo. Where is he? I don't even see him on wait, there he is, okay. It's saying that he crashed. Did he spin? Let's look at the rear of the truck there. A little damage on that right rear. So he definitely got yeah, he got into the wall there some kind of way there. Caution, oh my goodness. So, and boy, this traps several trucks are down a lap. It depends on where they are between them and the leader, whether or not they're going to be able to get back on the lead lap. Oh man, Summers, Nick Gardner, he's coming down pit road. That's going to hand the lead to Phillips. They're under caution now. And Brett Summers in the 7th position. It just depends on where, who's up in front of him. That's Randy Sally and Talley up ahead of him. And boy, he's going to get I think he's in the lucky dog position anyway. So he's going to be in the lucky dog, so he'll come around. But Ross Phillips is your leader right now, and I believe he's got some guys in front of him. He's got the 69 there of Randy Sally, and there's somebody in front of Randy Sally as well. That's Randy Sally, and that's Jeremy Talley coming down on pit road. So this is interesting. And and Ross Phillips also pits as well. That hands the lead to Nick Gardner. Everything is starting to cycle around here. I think Roger Strickland, he's coming up there. He'll be in the second position. Nicholas Lawrence, he'll be in the fourth position. He pitted, he had just pitted when that caution came out too. So talk about perfect timing. Brett Summers, he's in the fifth position. So wow, and plus he got, I believe he was the lucky dog to make sure that he came around there. Now they're under caution. At least these guys, they're on pit road now. And Jeremy Talley and Hoss Beverly, they're still stuck a lap down. Randy Sally is stuck 2 laps down. There's nobody on pit road. So it looks like we've got 10 trucks on the lead lap from what I see here. So wow, that and I was about to say, that's about, these guys are staying late. They would have to hope that maybe a caution or something will happen, and it will juggle up the field. And that is exactly what happened there for Nicholas Lawrence. All these guys here, Brett Summers, Ross Phillips, Scott Black in that 6th position. And that puts him right now, that puts him 5 positions higher than he started the race. Showing a little damage on that, I think it was the right rear, or at least some scrapes on the right side of it. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Looked like a wheel mark there too. Like a short track racing here. So Nick Gardner, he is your leader. And yeah, I'm about to say, hey, where's the pace car? The pace car is already on pit road. And just getting ready to go green here again. It'll be lap 99 when they cross the stripe.
Green flag, green flag.
Got a green flag. Gardner gets a good jump. And we're racing once again here at Phoenix. Lawrence into that second position. And here comes Ross Phillips. Boy, he's bearing down on the 18 truck there. Ross Phillips, this is the most we've seen. He'd say he's the loss. He's in third.
The yellow flag is out.
Oh boy, another caution here, and that's Roger Strickland. Looked like he might have had a spin. I don't think he has a lot of damage or anything. Let's go see what happened here, and we'll go ahead and roll the tape here. The number 1 there, Strickland. Javier just got away from him, and he just went right on around. And Luker, he did a good job locking it down, keeping it down low, and everybody was able to continue on. So, good reaction there for Roger. Now he might come in and get a fresh set of good years. I don't know. Depends on see how flat spot goes. So here we go again. So I don't think anybody got any damage. Brett Summers, he's making his way down pit road. Justin Rogers coming in. Nate Cogdell, he's back there as well. Followed by, who is that? That's Roger Strickland coming down. So these guys are coming in. I wonder if they're coming in just, I don't think it's a fuel thing. Let me refresh my graphics here a little bit. I don't think it's a fuel thing. I think they're coming down to get some fresh tires here. Let's see what happens. Summers in, yep. Both him, he's getting tires as well right in front of him in one truck. I think he got 14.4 last time he was in here, and he matched it again, 14.4. So good job there for Summers. Rod, he's on his way out. He was 14.8. Strickland 15.3. Chicago also matched it with a 14.4. So all these guys are back out on track, and they got the fresh Goodyear tires. 24 laps to go, and they're all, let's see, Summers, he's in that 7th position. Chicago's right behind him in 8th. They all got fresh rubber. Now the tire offset really isn't that much, about maybe 4 or 5 laps different between where they pitted, the guys that pitted on, say about 6 laps, they pitted on lap 95, and Summers company pitted on lap 101. So now will be a question of, I think these guys in the back, not in the back, but the guys up back to the lower end of the top 10 there, they're really going to start pushing. From Summers on back, Summers, Cogdell, Auden, Strickland, they may pour on just a little bit more than the guys that are ahead. They'll probably be getting the one to go this time around. And I guess we'll see what happens on these restarts. So we're going to get ready to go one more time here, folks. So stand by. And you're watching the NASCAR East Coast Racing League here on Rice Motorsports TV. Okay, folks, Nick Gardner, he's got his work cut out for him. I'll say that. It'll be 21 laps to go. Hit the stripe. Pace car is down on pit road. They're making their way turns 3 and 4.
Green, green, green.
Got the green flag, and here we go, racing once again here at Phoenix. And boy, look who's back there behind him, the 5 there, Ross Phillips and Mark Beverly. Wow, these guys, they know how to find their way to the front when it counts. And Ross Phillips, he is wasting no time. Mark Beverly getting some nice pressure there from the 7 of Brett Summers. Summers super close. Got Nicholas Lawrence back there as well, taking a look. Nick Gardner, he's just trying to pour on the coals here and stay ahead of that number 5. And no caution. I think I got a trigger there. Roger Strickland, he spun, but he's down on the infield, so it did not trigger a caution. So we stayed green. Now 20 laps to go, coming out of turn 4. And now 19 to go. You can kind of just sense how everybody's just come alive here all of a sudden. Look at the battle here. Mark Beverly, Brett Summers, Nicholas Lawrence. Beverly trying to hold. Boy, Summers, he is really getting up on the back of the 13 truck. Thinking about taking a look. And Lawrence, but he's going to try to follow him through. He didn't quite get close enough to get that pass going. Brett Summers does get through. Gardner's still out front by a couple of tenths of a second, ahead behind Phillips. These guys, everybody's racing. Man, look at Nate Cogdell making a move on Nicholas Lawrence, or at least trying to. Oh boy, the 01 almost got into the back of him. Man, that was close. Justin Rod, I think he had to get out of it just a little bit. Man, these guys are racing. Well, yeah, it is really getting down to the nitty gritty now. Good day. Gardner has turned up the wick almost half a second ahead of Ross Phillips. Justin Gardner battling super hard here. A little further up here. They're a little bit more spread out up here. Not nearly as tight. Ross Phillips, you can see the gap now starting to spread just a little bit, just over half a second now between him and Ross Phillips. Like I said, that tire offset between these guys who pitted on lap 95 versus the guys who pitted on 101 isn't, or just as I say that, there goes Brett Summers. Is that 6 laps going to make a difference at a track like this? When you, it's all about, just how much tire you have to work with. Wow, Brett Summers really pouring on the coals here. Roger Strickland, the one truck he spun, he's down on pit road. Summers, where he really wants a win. He's trying to close in on Nick Gardner. Gardner now about 4/10 of a second. Brett Summers trying to close in here. Let's look at let me move some stuff around here. Where is my let's look at the lap time history between Summers and Gardner. Gardner has been slower the last 4 laps. And he continues laps 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Gardner was about a 10th of a second quicker on every one of those laps. Now 13 laps remaining. They're coming around to complete one more lap here. I'm betting that Summers will have a quicker lap time, and Gardner actually was quicker that time by 0.02 of a second. So he's turning up the wick as well, trying to see if he can stay ahead of the number 7. Boy, I tell you, like I said, I said it at the restart, boy, he's going to have his work cut out for him because his tires are just a handful of laps older than the number 7 there, Brett Summers. But he knows, I guess now it's a thing of how far, they're not going to really hit a cliff, not with this few laps to go, but these guys are definitely going all out now, so whose tires are going to hang on the most, who can drive the better line here to just get their tires to hang on, to get every ounce of performance out of them that they can get. Summers still there. That Phillips is falling back a bit here. Nathan Cogden, he's not really, doesn't look like he's really in a position to challenge at the moment. Justin Blythe, that's the top 5. You can see how well they're all spaced out. Oh, that was either Nicholas Lawrence or Jesse Calloway. One of those two tagged the wall there. Everybody looks like they're still rolling along, And everything is Scott Black having a nice battle there with Jeremy Talley. And Brett Summers, he's closing in just a little bit more. 9 laps to go. Boy, it is like 0.3 of a second now. Summers to Gardner. Oh my goodness. Let's see, where's Ross Phillips? He's in that 3rd spot. Nathan Cogden is also closing in on him. That's a battle trying to get on the podium there. Nathan Cogden. And Gardner doing everything he can to try to hold on to that lead position. Right now, it looks like Cogden is not getting quite as close to Phillips as he wants to. And up the front there, now 7 laps to go. Nick Gardner giving it his all. Brett Summers giving it all his all. Trying to get closer and closer. It's 0.3, 0.26, 0.25. Boy, you can just feel him getting closer. Brett Summers, he's right there. And who knows, folks, he might be trying to time this thing well. You know what, I might get one shot at this. So, I make this pass, I got to make it at a point where Gardner won't have a chance to do the crossover on me or just, get back. They come into the line. It'll be 5 laps remaining. Oh, Brett Summers blinking just a little bit. This would not be a good time for his connection to get shaky. Nick Gardner trying to hold on. They're racing their way down the backstretch. Well, I tell you, Gardner, he has really been putting up a fight. And honestly, I don't know if Summers has anything for him. He's right there. That gap, it got down to about 0.3 of a second or so. Now it's climbing around 0.4. I mean, Gardner, he is leaving nothing on the tail. I mean, he taps the wall. I mean, and that's going to help Summers a little bit. I mean, he is driving the wheels off of that thing, trying to stay ahead of the number 7. Looks like Nathan Coggo has gotten into the 3rd position ahead of Justin Rodney, well ahead of him. And I mean, he just got past him in like 0.7 of a second. He's solidly into that 3rd position. Meanwhile, Brett Summers, in 3 laps to go, he is seriously running out of time here, folks. He's so close to that victory, he can taste it. They're making their way down to the backstretch, racing down the backstretch, trying to put more pressure on that number 16, maybe get him to tap the wall again if he can. Almost looks like he's starting to push up himself a little bit. They both may be getting towards the limit of what their tires are going to give them. It'll be the white flag next time around as they go into turns 1 and 2. And how about where is Nathan Coggo? Is he there behind them? He's not that far behind, but he's almost a second. So, and you can see the gap now is really starting to go. It's 0.4 of a second. White flag now in the air. One more time. Gardner only has to hold on for one more lap. It doesn't quite look like Summers has anything to be able to get up there. He's trying, folks. And but the gap is starting to grow just a little bit, about 0.5 second. So I know he's happy to be where he's at. And I know Gardner is happy as well. He's going to come around and take the checkered flag and the race win here at Phoenix. Nick Gardner, your winner here tonight. With Nathan Coggo in that 3rd position. And we'll get the guys up here and get them into the victory circle here. Let's find everybody. We'll get them up here. Let's see. Man, there's Nick Gardner. Boy, I know he's glad that race is over. He was really holding on there. Gardner, Summers, and Coggo. And let's go find everybody here. There's Nate there. We'll move him on up. Move to... And let's see, we want Summers and Coggo. I mean, we want Summers and Gardner. Where's everybody else here? There's Gardner right there. We'll move him up. And actually, that's teammates. So that's cool. Man, this is going to be a happy thing going on here now for Dialed In Racing. To get a Dialed In Racing 1-2 here. Okay, we got everybody up there. Let's hop on down there, the booth with them.
This is like the first real beach track.
Yeah. Okay, folks, we're here with your top 3. Nick Gardner, Brett Summers, and Nathan Coggo. Well, I tell you, good run there for the team there. Hey, Nick, you got a copy.
Yeah, I got you, man.
Man, I tell you guys, that's a 1-2 finish there for the team, right?
It is, actually.
And boy, that you can't ask for much more than that, man. Congratulations on that win.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Honestly,
believe it or not, I know we're at a somewhat of a short track here at Phoenix, but honestly, I feel like being out front was everything. I feel like if you were anywhere behind second place on back, you'd just be aero tight, and I feel like the leader had every advantage. So that's why the leaders were kind of able to check out a little bit, but you know, Brett, I know he was driving his ass off there at the end, and he was right to my bumper, and you know, I feel like he was quicker than me. Like I said though, like he'd get right to my bumper, just, you know, get that aero push, and it just, you know, mess him up. But honestly, I hate this track. It's like one of my worst tracks, to be honest with you. But you know, me and Brett kind of talked it over a little bit during practice, and then a little bit during the race, kind of helping each other out, figure out like what line to run and stuff. And damn, I think he took my advice to heart. I think he was better than me.
Hey man, you know, that's just like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker or something. You know, he's like, hey,
man.
I'm the master now or something. But yeah, man, congratulations. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, man, just appreciate Nick for putting this whole league on, for you doing the broadcast, and for Brett being a badass teammate. You know, I have fun racing with him each week, and I'm glad we could both get a 1-2 and finish, get a great points day finally, and then to my wife for letting me get on here and race.
10-4, man. Well, congratulations again. Go celebrate, and we'll see you next week.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
And, hey, Brett, you got a copy?
Dude, what's up, Tom?
Man, I tell you, man, I know you was going for it, man, and but you know, that was kind of a funny situation, though, wasn't it? I mean, you know, you're pushing hard, but it's like, but man, it could be a team 1-2, and you definitely don't want to do anything to mess that up. But we were kept looking at the because you had your tires were about what 5 or 6 laps fresher, and Nick, he brought up the good point about the aero push. I was wondering about, was it the tires starting to give out, and that, 'cause we did see folks slapping the wall there a bit, and you know, so it's a tricky track to deal with, huh?
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, it was clean to me out front. It was, like Nick said, airtight in the pack, unfortunately. Congrats to Nick on the win there. Just a poorly timed caution for me there with about 45 to go. I would have pulled away from Nate there, I think. But if we stayed green another 15 laps, old Cogdale would have probably beat us both. I saw him coming in the mirror. So it was a hell of a run. Happy to have dialed in 1-2. And I told Nick if he wasn't a teammate and it was some other circumstance, I probably would have shipped him there on the last lap. But happy to come on 1-2. Shout out Nick for the win, and we'll move on to next week.
Absolutely, man. I think we have Talladega coming up.
we'll be good there too. Watch out for us.
Absolutely, man. Well, congratulations again, man, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks very much, Tom.
Okay, man. Hey, Nathan, you got a copy?
I got you, buddy.
Man, I tell you, boy, you started. Everything just kind of came alive after that last caution. The whole atmosphere just changed. You could tell everybody was getting up on the wheel, man, and I mean, you were having a nice battle there with, I think, Justin Rodden, and finally, you know, got that position on him. And did you feel you needed just a handful more laps to catch the leaders there?
If I would have had 10, I know I would have caught them, but I don't know that I would have been able to get past them. That lead driver there with the arrow, it makes it hard on everybody else.
Right. You know, I was talking about how this track has so little banking to help you out, and is that like some of those flat track characteristics? Is that what makes it so hard to pass here sometimes?
It is, but I mean, you can carry speed coming off the top of the corner in 1 and 2, 3 and 4. You gotta have just about the right line to be able to keep speed up, and everybody runs close to the same line through there. So if you don't get a good run coming out of 4, it's hard to set them up for anything.
10-4, man. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I would definitely give a shout out to my boy, man. He comes down here with me every week. Mom and Dad, I know they're watching. And definitely thank my wife, because she puts up with me and she encourages me to do this and keeps up with everything that I do. And little side hustle I got going on, but Sonic Racing Chassis, we have any kind of paint that you like.
Absolutely, man. That is great, man. And but good to see you on that podium again, man. And so we'll definitely be seeing you next week at Talladega.
All right, thanks, Tony.
All right, take it easy, man. Okay, folks. Well, that is going to do it here. And boy, I tell you, man, the guys they never fail to disappoint, and you know that it's going to be something exciting happening. And we'll just let me turn. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting an echo somewhere. I don't know where the echo is coming from. Oh my goodness. Well, let's go ahead and bring up the race results here. And if they come up, there we go. Nick Gardner, he's your winner there. And then Brett Summers in that second position. And then with Nate Cogwell third, Justin Rod in fourth, Ross Phillips in the fifth spot. Sixth is Mark Beverly with Jesse Calloway seventh, Nicholas Lawrence eighth, Jeremy Talley ninth, Scott Black rounds out your top 10, and he's followed by Hoss Beverly 11th, and Randy Sally 12th, and Roger Strickland, he's showing 12th. Bill Hales and John Scalino, they weren't in the race too much there, so. But that was the rounds out your entire field. So don't forget, folks, we're coming back next week to Talladega Super Speedway. Be sure to join us there, and you won't want to miss it. So for all of us here at Rice Motorsports TV, we want to wish you a pleasant evening.